Shelby's with us in Corpus Christi, Texas. Hi, Shelby. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Thank you for your time.
Certainly.
My question is, I'm a new grad. I just got my registered nurse, and I'm planning on going back to school today, or this year. Unfortunately, I've had car problems in the last 6 months. I have a 2006 Ford Fusion. I spent $2,500 on the car in the last 6 months.
Yuck.
And the current problems that it's having now, I'm going to have to spend another $3,000 to keep it going.
I wouldn't do that. What's the car worth? What will it sell for today?
Kelley Blue Book says $4,000.
You think you could sell it as it sits for $4,000?
No.
Okay. What can you sell it for?
Not with the problems. The dealership is offering me $2,250 if I buy a car this month.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But that's not so the car's probably worth as is, probably close to $3,000 then. If you sold it yourself on Craigslist.
I might be able to get that much.
Yeah. Okay. And but it's obviously a piece of crap, so you need to get rid of it. I don't disagree with that. You have any money?
I do. Well, here's the thing. I thought the car was paid off, but with speaking to my parents, they owe $4,200 on it.
No way. So it's their car.
Well, but I don't want to give it back to them.
I know, but it's their car.
Over there. Yes, technically.
Okay, crap. And so you just graduated from nursing school? Okay. And so how much debt do you have from that?
I have no debt. I made it through it.
Yay! Good for you.
Yeah.
And so you're completely debt-free except that your parents owe money on the car that you're driving?
Yes.
Okay. How are your parents' finances?
Not good.
And what do you make a year?
When me and my fiance make 67.
Okay. I would suggest working with your parents to get this car sold, and I don't know what that means. It probably means you guys are somebody's going to write a check to get rid of it, is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're in the position to do that.
Okay, so it sounds like you're going to come up with $1,000 to sell this car.
Yes.
Okay, and then you're going to have no money, right?
Well, I have $6,000 that I could make as a down payment.
Awesome. No, you don't need a down payment. You don't need a car payment. You didn't call Dave Ramsey and ask to go into car debt, did you?
Well,
good.
I
I'm glad you
car,
didn't.
And I want a reliable one, but can I get a reliable car for $6,000?
Oh, absolutely. It's not 6 anymore. It's 5 because you got to pay to get out of this parents' mess.
Yes.
So you got a $5,000 car. Yeah, you can get a decent car for $5,000 because you're not driving this thing for 10 years.
No,
you're going to drive it until you save up some more money because you don't have a car payment and buy a better car.
Correct.
So how much car payment were you thinking of doing before you called me?
$500 a month.
Good Lord. Okay. And so if you did let's just pretend for a second. Let's say you wrote a $1,000 check and you sold the piece of crap car of your parents and got them out of their mess, okay?
Okay.
In other words, we got $3,200 or $3,000 for it or whatever. That leaves you about $5,000 to buy a car. You buy a $5,000 car, and you pay yourself $500 a month for 10 months. Pay yourself a car payment.
Okay.
That'd be another $5,000, wouldn't it?
It would.
10 months from now, buy another car with $5,000 cash and the trade of your $5,000 car. That's a $10,000 car. Now we're getting into a pretty good car, and that's only 10 months away. In the meantime, you drive a $5,000 car.
Okay.
And pay yourself a car payment, and you don't go into debt for a car ever if you want to build wealth.
Okay. I guess my only concern was with spending $6,000 is that I would get a hunk of junk.
You could.
And have the same problems where I'm spending almost as much as the car is worth.
You could, and you don't want to get into what you got into there. That was a piece of garbage you got into there. But
right.
how long have you been driving? How long have you been driving this car?
3 years.
Okay, see, I'm talking about 10 months.
That I would just drive this
$5,000 car.
$5,000 car.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you pay yourself $500 for 10 months, and then you sell your $5,000 car, put $5,000 cash with that, and that's a $10,000 car. Are you with me?
Yes.
By the way, if 10 months later you want to move to a $15,000 car, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so put down $10,000 and then pay off $5,000 is what you're saying?
I'm so confused. Okay, let's try again real quick. I got about 20 seconds. I want you to buy a $5,000 car with no car payments. And for the next 10 months, I want you to pay yourself $500 a month into a cookie jar. In that cookie jar, you will magically have $5,000, 10 times 500.
Right.
You take that $5,000, you sell your $5,000 car at the end of 10 months, and with that two together, you buy a $10,000 car. Never have you had a car payment. Never was there a down payment. We're done.